Hi. One of my favorite things is eating cereal. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's easy, because it tastes good, or that I simply enjoy milk. But I love to start each day off with cereal. Now, as I've aged, I've had to look at some healthier options, but really, one of my favorite all-time cereals is Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Yes, I'm a fan of Tony the Tiger, so much I even have a pair of his socks. It's true, Frosted Flakes are great. And just yesterday, I learned a lesson from Frosted Flakes. No, wait. Actually, I learned a lesson from my 3-year-old. Because he is, maybe a nice way to say it is, he is all boy, and he is in those terrible 2s and has moved right into those terrible 3s. And yesterday, as I'm getting ready for my day, enjoying the moment of what this day was going to look like, my little 3-year-old comes right by my side, looks up at me proudly and says, "Daddy, I spilled the Frosted Flakes." That's right. He went by the counter, took the bag of Frosted Flakes, literally, with no care in the world, just knocked it to the floor, and my Frosted Flakes went flying everywhere. Now, me being a dad, trying to get the most out of a toddler because they are quite rational beings, I got on my hands and knees and I said, "Son, why in the world would you do that?" And he looks at me with that smile and said, "Because I did." Now that seems to be his answer to almost everything bad that he does. When I ask him, "Why would you do that?" he says, "Because I did." And yesterday, it really hit me that there is extreme wisdom in what he is saying. Because rooted in his subconscious is habits that have already established from birth. Now, I don't know where these habits have come from, and as a father, I'm doing my best alongside my wife to change these habits for good. But the reality is, his why is he did. He may not even know why. His habit was, I saw it and I did it. And as human beings, even as adults, really when it comes to our habits, our subconscious mind dictates these habits to dictate our actions. And when we really look at something that we didn't want to do or we would like to change, the reality is if we ask ourselves, "Why did I do that?" the answer is, I did. Whether that's eating some sort of piece of cake that maybe you've been saying, "I'm not going to do because I'm going to lose weight," the answer is, I did. And you can name your habit, and if you really look at it, it is simply the answer, I did. So how do we actually change these habits? How can we go about making a difference in the areas of life that we want to actually change for the better? And I believe the answer is not in the question of, why did I do that? The answer really lies in, why do I want to change? Because if we do not have an answer for why do I want to change, we will never change. We must know the why. My hope is that with my 3-year-old, I'm giving him reason to change so that he can have Father's acceptance, or maybe the joy in him doing the right things. Maybe there'll be some reasons that begin to well up that he will have a why to change some of the habits. But I think each and every one of us, regardless of what we're struggling with or what we desire to change, we must have a rooted why we want to change, or we will never get there. Now, one last little tidbit on habit change is if we do not prepare ourselves mentally for the time that we will face that challenge, our habit will always control us. So the key is to visualize it. To say, when will I be tempted this week to fall into this habit? What does that look like? And begin to visualize your new reaction to it, and you will find that you are able to make that change you desire to change. So let's move past, why did I do that? Because we know the answer is, I did. And let's move to, why do I want to change? And let's make that change to be the people we want to be in the first place.